Hello there, it is another beautiful week. Welcome to Kwara TV News, coming to you live from our television house at Kwara Tv in Ilorin, Kwara State capital, North Central Nigeria. I am Kamil Sadiq. Glad to have you joining us. Also with me tonight, I have with me
Kuberozi bandu edi amfani chile ukicha kwani ya la baris bia de muza jikin kwara na chi fo apata ya ku na ti free tv fo ba be shifu tatu bo ti start time shifu tatu bo at Kwara TV eti wa tun yo Facebook ni mala lo zani be no suna mi kodo jia ya haya.
Lónìí ọjọ́ kejìlélógún oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2025 ni yankewa kú àṣálẹ́ láti iléeṣẹ́ wọn máwòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara yìí tó fi àpáta Yakuba ṣe ibùjókòó ìròyìn lámútọ̀yìn wa. Modúpẹ́ọlá Abíóyè ni oníròyìn yín. Ẹ má gbàgbé wípé ẹ lè rí wa wò lórí StarTime 113 bákan náà lórí Free TV 502 àti bó ṣe ń lọ lórí Facebook @Kwara TV àti lórí YouTube @Kwara TV. Ẹ kú ìkàlẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti èdè Núpé à ń bọ̀.
You can watch the news live on Star Times, channel 113, Free TV, channel 502. We're also live on Facebook at Kwara TV. Now to the news. Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State has presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the State House of Assembly for consideration and passage into law. The bill was presented in compliance with Section 1211 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Kafayat Ajadi report that 65.98% of the total budget is earmarked for capital expenditure, while the remaining 34.02% is for recurrent spending. Kwara State 2026 budget proposal of 644 billion for 1,816,893 today scaled through first reading on the floor of the Kwara State House of Assembly. This followed the official presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill by Governor.
Presenting the budget, Governor Abdulrazak said the fiscal plan is designed to focus on the completion of ongoing capital projects and to initiate new ones that aligns with the strategic development needs of the state. He explained that the total budget size is 644.004 billion naira, with a strong emphasis on capital investment, reflecting the administration's development-driven agenda for the new year. The governor noted that the allocation is pointed to the direction of his administration in 2026, with priority given to projects that will directly impact the lives of the people.
A new teacher salary allowance TSA will be implemented in 2026 to further support our teachers. We're also making massive investments in Alpha estates to reduce farmer-herder clash, support food security, and empower thousands of our people in the value chain.
Governor Abdulrazak further disclosed that his government will invest in areas of urgent need, such as security hardware, vehicles, and modern technologies to enhance response to kidnapping and other criminal activities across the state. He highlighted key achievements of the administration in the outgoing year, to include boosting the tech economy by over $20 billion, as well as remodeling and upgrading of the Kwara Hotel, International Conference Center, Patigi Regatta Motel, Dada Pottery, Shea Butter Factory, Shunga ICT Complex, Prototype Primary School, Adita, Revenue House, and the Indoor Sports Hall, Senator Oluremi Tinubu Hospital.
In the ongoing year, we've completed 38 roads, and yet we still have 264 kilometers at different stages of completion across the three senatorial districts.
The governor also cited investments in agriculture across various value chains as part of efforts to strengthen the state's economy. Governor Abdulrazak described the 2026 budget as critical to the legacy of his administration and urged lawmakers to expedite action on its passage. Kafayat Ajadi, Kwara TV News.
Kwara State 2026 budget proposal of 644 billion for 1,816,893 today scaled through first reading on the floor of Kwara State House of Assembly. This followed the official presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill by Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak to the state lawmakers for legislative approval. The legislative reporter Busaya Wada completes the story for Kwara TV News.
Receiving the 2026 appropriation bill of 644,816,893 naira, Speaker Yakubu Danlad Sauli commended Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak for his commitment to constitutional governance, transparency, and accountability as the governor presented the 2026 appropriation bill to the 10th Assembly. The Speaker described the budget presentation as a critical constitutional obligation and a strong symbol of collaboration between the executive and the legislature. He applauded the governor for the commendable implementation of previous budgets passed by the House, noting that the administration has demonstrated fiscal discipline through prudent management of public resources, thereby strengthening public confidence in government. The Speaker highlighted the visible impact of the ongoing and completed projects across the state, particularly in education, healthcare, agriculture, entrepreneurship, infrastructural development, and the completion of legacy projects.
We are particularly encouraged by the numerous projects and programs being executed across the state under your Excellency leadership. The visible progress in infrastructure, especially in education, healthcare, agriculture, entrepreneurship, the completion of legacy projects, and the newly approved salary increase of workers all point to your administration determination.
On security, the Speaker praised the governor's swift response to insecurity challenges, especially in Kwara North and Kwara South, noting that the measures taken have helped restore peace and protect lives and property. He expressed optimism that the proposed 2026 budget will consolidate existing achievements, make realistic projections, and address the developmental aspirations of Kwarans.
Your Excellency, as we present the 2026 appropriation bill, it's our expectation that the proposed budget will build on existing achievements, make realistic projections, and further address the developmental needs and aspirations of our people.
Presenting the 2026 budget, tagged Budget of Consolidation and Sustained Growth, Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak said that the budget proposal is anchored on key national economic assumptions.
We are confident that our projects, once completed, will expand the economic base of the state, make the environment more conducive for business, provide vital grants for job creation and sustainable development, and free up more resources to deepen social protection for the poor.
The stakeholders at the presentation include members of the State Executive and Security Council, Busayo Haweda, Kwara TV News.
Still in Kwara State, the state governor again, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, has approved 27.5% teacher specific allowance (TSA) for teachers across the state, giving effect to his pledge at the budget presentation earlier on Monday. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajakaye, the Governor directed that teachers should enjoy the allowance effective from January 2026. The 27.5% allowance applies to TRCN certificated teachers across Teaching Service Commission, TESCOM, and State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, under Conquest 1, while 21% applies to those without TRCN. The governor acknowledged the indispensable role and commitment of the teachers to the education sector, commending them for their efforts in nation building. From Kwara State to Abuja, the federal government has declared Thursday, December 25 and Friday, December 26, 2025 as public holidays to mark Christmas and Boxing Day. The The government also declared Thursday, January 1, 2026 for the New Year celebration. The declaration was contained in a statement issued on Monday by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalena Ajani, on behalf of the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo. According to the statement, the minister urged Nigerians to reflect on the values of love, peace, humility, and sacrifice associated with the birth of Jesus. Tunji Ojo also called on citizens, irrespective of faith or ethnicity, to use the festive season to pray for peace, improved security, and national progress. He further advised Nigerians to remain law-abiding and security-conscious during the celebrations, while wishing them a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Talking security matters now, the National Security Advisor, NSA, Malam Nuri Badu, has officially handed over the remaining 130 kidnapped students and teachers of St. Mary's Catholic School to Niger State Governor Muhammad Umar Bago. Recall, on December 8, 2025, the office of the NSA officially handed over a total of 100 kidnapped students to the Niger State government. At a brief ceremony at the State Government House, Minari Badu, represented by Major General Adamu Garbaleka, National Coordinator, Center for Counter-Terrorism, Abuja, explained that the rescue mission succeeded through the combined effort of security agencies, including the Nigerian Army, the police, the Department of Security Services. He also reiterated the commitment of the federal government to protecting the lives and property of citizens. Responding, Governor Bago thanked the President and the Office of the NSA alongside other security agencies for ensuring the safe return of all kidnapped students and teachers. Bago hailed the rescue of all kidnapped students and their teachers, saying it is unprecedented to get everyone back like this in the country. Activist Mahdi Shehu has accused the Nigerian government of taking instructions from foreign powers, particularly the United States of America, over its opposition on death penalty for terrorists and kidnappers. Speaking with newsmen on Monday, Shehu said the government position sends a dangerous signal at a time when Nigerians are facing widespread insecurity, killings and abductions. Shehu argued that there is no reasonable justification for sparing the lives of terrorists and bandits whose activities are based on violence, fear, the killing of innocent citizens. He warned Nigerian lawmakers against supporting any move to remove the death penalty for terrorism and banditry. He stressed that such decisions could eventually affect them personally. Shehu also described as hypocritical what he called America's opposition to death penalty in Nigeria. He noted that the United States still carries out executions for serious crimes within its own borders. He went further to allege that foreign powers want Nigeria to remain unstable for economic reasons, claiming that insecurity could make the country vulnerable to external exploitation. Shehu ended by calling on members of the National Assembly to be vigilant and put Nigeria's security first. You are still with us on Kwara TV News. It is time to go on a timeout. When we return, we have more news for you. Please stay with us.
Everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my tea fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you get time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover mouth.
Beautiful, it's your name. Wonderful is what you are. to me. Eba mi kira for my mommy.
Every mom, a treasure beyond measure. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
You're welcome back from that timeout. You're still with us on Kwara TV News. The federal government said its recent diplomatic disagreement with the United States of America has been largely resolved following sustained engagement between both countries. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, made this known on Monday at a year-end news conference in Abuja. He said the diplomatic tension, which arose after a comment by United States President Donald Trump alleging mass killings of Christians in Nigeria and threatening possible military intervention, had been addressed through dialogue. The minister noted that Nigeria handled the situation with maturity and principle, leading to a stronger relationship with the United States. He pointed to a newly signed bilateral health cooperation agreement as evidence of improved ties between the two countries. Idris disclosed that Nigeria and the United States recently signed a 5-year memorandum of understanding valued at $5.1 billion to strengthen Nigeria's healthcare system. Under the agreement, the United States will provide $2.1 billion in grant funding, while Nigeria will commit $3 billion. The minister described the deal as the largest co-investment by any country under the America First Global Health Strategy. He said the agreement would improve healthcare delivery, save lives, and attract additional investment into the country. Idris added that the development showed that concerns about a breakdown in Nigeria-US relations were unfounded. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shuaibu, has directed troops of the 2-division area of responsibility to intensify offensive operations and decisively flush out all criminal elements operating within the region. The directive was issued on Monday during Shuaibu's maiden operational visit to the 2-division area of responsibility at Odugbo Barracks in Ibadan, Oyo State. He commended the soldiers for their resilience, professionalism, and operational effectiveness in combating banditry, kidnapping, and other criminal activities. Shuaibu also reaffirmed his commitment to improving troop welfare, announcing that approvals have been granted for the renovation of existing accommodations and the construction of new residential facilities within the barracks. He emphasized that the troop morale is critical to operational success and urged soldiers to properly maintain all facilities to ensure a conducive living and working environment. The visit underscores the Army leadership focus on both operational effectiveness and the welfare of troops deployed in challenging environments. Still talking security matters, the Inspector General Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the strategic deployment of police personnel and operational assets nationwide to ensure security during the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The directive, issued as part of the Nigeria's Police Force's festive season security strategy, mandates all zonal assistant inspectors general and state commissioners of police to intensify patrols, visibility policing, intelligence-led operations, and community engagement throughout the period. In a statement on Monday by the force spokesperson, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin said specialized units including the police, mobile force, counter-terrorism units, explosive ordnance disposal command, intelligence response team, special tactical squad, special intervention squad, highway patrol, Marine Police, and Air Wing have been placed on heightened operational readiness. Hundeyin said the deployment will cover places of worship, recreational centers, markets, parks, event venues, transport terminals, highways, critical national infrastructure, and other high-density public areas. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has intensified nationwide enforcement to flush out dangerous drivers and eliminate life-threatening practices on major highways as Nigerians embark on end-of-year travels. The Corps Marshal FRSC Sheikh Mohammed said this on Monday during a strategic monitoring of vehicular movement in Kaduna as part of the ongoing zero-tolerance special operation for the festive season. Mohammed said the Corps had massively deployed officers and logistics to key corridors linking Kaduna, Abuja, and Lokoja in response to heavy traffic experienced in recent days, especially along the Abuja-Lokoja road. Mohammed expressed concern over widespread overloading, particularly the practice of mixed loading involving passengers and goods on trucks. Thank you for being with us. We are going to have another timeout. When we return, we have business, sport, and world news. Please stay with us.
Everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my tea fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you got time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up, and shine your smile. No more cover mouth.
You're welcome. As Yuletide season approaches, motor parks in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, is witnessing mass turnout of travelers who intend to travel to various strategic locations to celebrate Christmas. Awao Dauda in this report went round Ilorin metropolis to monitor the situation at motor parks. Our report.
Barely 4 days to Christmas, motor parks in Ilorin is filled up with intending travelers who wish to celebrate the season with their loved ones. However, these travelers have expressed concerns about arbitrary fare hikes at intercity motor parks as travel costs increase despite reduction in fuel price. A visit to Maraba Motor Park revealed the cost of transportation ranges between 2,500 to 5,000 naira within intrastate, while interstate price ranges between 18,000 to 23,000 naira, depending on the locations. Speaking with Kwara TV News, Chairman of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, Maraba Garage, Alhaji Abdulrahim Babaita, expressed concerns about low patronage, which he said is as a result of insecurity.
There is some reduction of passenger due to insecurity. Most on the road that we are applying, we have a disturbance of the bandits.
In a submission, Assistant Secretary of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, Abuja Zuleja Branch, Maraba Ilorin, Folashade Akorede said the cost of transportation have been stable for about a year, despite the reduction in the price of PMS, pointing out that price of spare parts remains unchanged. She disclosed that the current price of transportation from Ilorin to Abuja is 28,000 naira, same price as last year, while Ilorin to Minna still goes for 18,000 naira.
The traveling comparing from last year to this year, it's very, very nice and it's very suitable. The cost of the price will still remain the same because those parts that we are buying, they didn't deduct from any amount.
Some of the passengers who spoke to Kwara TV News complained about the stagnant cost of transportation, urging government at all levels to find lasting solution.
The cost of transport from here to Bubu, it's quite expensive because the cost of fuel is already stagnant. So I feel like there should be reduction in the cost of the transport.
From here to Lafayette will cost us 5,000 naira. But about 2 to 3 years back, it was like 3,000. But currently now it's 5,000 naira.
The fuel is high because if the price go down, they will like reduce the price.
Wow, Dauda, Kwara TV News.
Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come under fresh political pressure following allegations of manipulation of Nigeria's newly enacted tax laws. The People's Redemption Party, PRP, has warned that the president could face impeachment if he is found to be involved in what the party described as unlawful alterations to legislation passed by the National Assembly. The opposition party raised the alarm on Monday, saying the controversy surrounding the tax laws poses a serious threat to constitutional governance. The party said the matter goes beyond policy disagreement and touches directly on the integrity of the lawmaking process and the separation of powers. In a statement signed by its national chairman, Falalu Bello, the party accused the executive arm of government of interfering with tax bills after they had already been approved by lawmakers. The party pointed out claims earlier made by a member of the House of Representatives who alleged that certain bills were changed without the consent of the legislature. Condemning the allegation, the PRP said the issue amounts to more than a procedural error. The PRP called for a full investigation into the matter, insisting that those responsible must be identified and sanctioned accordingly. Emphasizing the wider impact on the country, the PRP warned that continued implementation of the disputed laws could harm public trust and economic stability. Now to the world of sport. Nigeria Super Eagles maintained 38th position in the final men's ranking for 2025 released by FIFA on Monday. Nigeria will also end the year as the 5th best team on the continent of Africa. The Atlas Lions of Morocco, Teranga Lions of Senegal, Desert Foxes of Algeria and Pharaohs of Egypt are the teams ranked higher than the Super Eagles on the continent. Eric Shell's side will hope to improve their position in the ranking with a respectable showing at the ongoing 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. European champions Spain maintained top position on the ranking ahead of world champions Argentina. France, England and Brazil complete the top 5 in the world. The next FIFA ranking will be released on 19 January 2026. Talking AFCON proper, the Super Eagles captain Wilfred Ndidi has dismissed any talk of pressure in the Nigerian camp, saying the team is calm, united and fully focused ahead of their opening match at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON against Tanzania. Indeed, he spoke on Monday ahead of the Group C encounter, insisting that the players are mentally prepared and eager to begin their campaign on a positive note. Ndidi, at the pre-match press conference, said the spirit in the camp is very high. Nigeria head into the clash with an impressive record at the AFCON group stage, having lost just one of their last 14 matches, recording 10 wins and 3 draws. The Super Eagles have also remained unbeaten in the opening fixtures in each of the last 3 editions of the tournament. Their opponent, Tanzania, however, are appearing at the AFCON finals for the only 4th time. The Taifa Stars are yet to record a win in 10 matches at the competition and have lost all 3 of their previous opening games. Ndidi, who was recently appointed Super Eagles captain following the international retirement of William Troost Ekong, said the responsibility has not added any extra burden on him, citing the support within the squad and technical crew. On the continent of Africa, a 32-year-old suspect has been arrested in connection with a mass shooting which claimed the lives of 12 people, including 3 children, at an unlicensed pub earlier this month. South African police announced the man is suspected of being one of the 3 people who opened fire on patrons in a pub at Salisville Township west of South Africa's capital, Pretoria, killing 12 people, including 3 children aged 3, 12, and 16. At least 13 people were also injured during the attack, whose motive remains unknown. According to the police, the suspect was arrested on Sunday while traveling to Botlokwa in Limpopo province, more than 340 kilometers from where the mass shooting took place on December 6. An unlicensed firearm believed to have been used during the attack was recovered from the suspect vehicle. South Africa has one of the highest homicide rates in the world and recorded more than 26,000 homicides in 2024, an average of more than 70 a day. Firearms are by far the leading cause of death in homicides in the country. The country of 62 million people has relatively strict gun ownership laws, but many killings are committed with illegal guns, according to authorities. And that is the news from this end. Over to Kolo Jia Yahaya for the news in Nupe language. Hello, Kolo.
Kamel.
Thank you.
Yakube Lonzo ni best kwa wala bari na jimidena. Gwamna kin kwara Malam Abraman Abrazak ha gamishiri yewo nya ya batu eshibe gutwen latagwani ya kata majilisa kin kwara ya dudugi to edajin behin game wucin na unlachichi bemilatu game gwamnati fiti kin Najira na igwala shitron benini eji nina kafayat ajadi na ko labari na yakana dewu yake de edo shita be gutuntu gutwani gutota ina de apekai na agaje kongilaji na ma edo gbawo beguni tu egu aguba yi ewo lochi ni me kongilanchon na mfe wuya eti shiri gamin na mfe la takara gamin shiri ewo wunchichi na gwamna Abrazak de ji latula ke aku shiri ewo wunchi yekan eti emigun kongilaji na jide eloye kin yabo to na abebe woroje na ga jidede be na kin yabo na je de wa gba ni na njin ba ni kede shiri gami shiri ewo wunchin na lo ewo billion puta be shibe tu guni na yi na nemibo na aji kongilaji na ma yi na san kokari gburolo na mulikina de abebe yin ya wurana gwamna latula ke de wonci na de a pekana de a wugwa kokarije nya mulikina ya gbatu eshi begu train be jiji nya kongilaji na la jile wangi de ben ya zawangi de kin abunu gwamna Abrazak de ke latula ke de gwamnati de ke wuwo gwala ndochi naji gwamna ake wuwo gwala ndochi naji de wa eyedan begwa chona ke gwala etwa mato to amfani jibe kaya zamani na aga jigwa kan eti ezayila to shiri garada ndochi naji ebeje kin abuna tungwa nasaraji naji beje mulki nimi eya naji de nimi eya na ezolaran naji na wuwo pe ewo million dollar eshi na aye eba jinto ekobe nya katagachi kin kwara na igan kwara hotel nan tutu nya kata ekaye lege tutu nya patije rigata bana eme dukun dadana company mukote to kata putugi na atuchi shungana iye jinto ekobe nya makata adeta tutu ya kata ya edu to kokari loye gwala ya edu na kanson to tutu ya asibiti ya kinigiji ko Olúrẹ̀mí Tinubu gómìnà nimi ezuwa deke latula ke mulikina de wo pe gwala enunu de kin abuna pata na la ji kokari loye eti wuce da kin abuna gwamna Abdulrazak ji gami shiri ewu nye ya gbatu eshi begutu ya kede wuyi ekpanchiko na la etanchichi de ya muliki na nchiwa be shawara ce ya na asani babai de la gami uchichile to na ajiye da biyu ina. Gami shiri ewu nye ya gbatu eshi begutu na lo miliyon poba be shibatu gunina ada gbigba nya mafari edufe kata majalisa da kin kwara yi abuna na be jesu mana gwamna Abdulrazak la gami shiri ewo wunci da tagwaya da shawara ya ce ya lilacile to dajin bayina labari kace busaya gwada na ko labari na yakana da wuya ke na fe na go gami shiri ewo nye ya gbatu eshi be gutu na lo ewo bilion poba tu atuna egagaci kata majalisa turaci yakub dan laduwa gama ya gwamna Abdulrazak eti kokari nujin to gagwa gaskiya to yin babboku na ude latula shiri ewo na de gogana egagaci ji shiri ewo na gwamna labina ke wuyi ekpa chiko emilatu gami to kagbo be ya eli dadaji nyakin katiya emigutishe ya gwamnati to shawara ya cijo nduwa gama ya gwamna eti jiji to etun na julobe ewo shiri ewo nya pana kata majalisa da wannan latula ke mulkina da wugwa gaskiya be eyela dan dukiya na eji na mala na ma ala zawangi da dugwa gama ya gwamnati ya gbana ya gagace latula ke shiri ewo wunci da yi na aya kungilaji na ji eloye to na ji de agumeni kin abu totocho gwala pipewa lafiya na kan cibin enunu wuce ya gburu lo yin amfani to emigun kungila na ji de alaye tabin kin abu nan nke dugwa gama ya gwamna hati ewochwa ya etuloci na ji de ayejin toshe na ujuye kenan lauke mulikina la etuloci de dan ya gburu hati wachi ya jenu na mfe baza hati shiri echona egagaci duke dugwa gama ya gwamna hati bichipe vavayanu la hati ezo na ji de edogbafi shiri echwa kin abu totocho ekpan arewa to eyi kudu de kin kwara yi abuna nula tulake bichipenchi na apena de la temako ben eti edufe lafiya na make jigwa kan rai to dukiya jina bazalo yake shiri ewowu nye ya gbatu eshi begutren na gwamna la tagwana de ajizu mutu nasara loye ya kungilaji na jide abebeyin liani na laye gburu na layar gburu debin ya zawangiji kin kwara nan mujin alikawali ya gwamnati kata majalisa da dan zumutu ya gagaci gan shawara ya ce da a ga dudugiji eti game wuce na la tagwa na ma a fedu be etubaji gwalagi to etuba tetenge na abaza eti na ji agawa na la kin abun nan delo yegburu na fela gamin shiri ewu nye ya gbatu ya shibe gucuncin da tagwa nan ga gwamna Abdulrazak gana nan da yi na akuyeka na ala yegburu ben yakin abu to gwala wuce da kin abu nan eza na jidan ekaye lilacicin game ewu gunce na yi emigun tishi ya gwamnati gwala etwaji tishi enaji loniji ezaji tishiyan adini to jeji de kamfani kin abun nan bena sanla Christmas de etubalo na sahanji gba ni de a se moto dan baji ilori abo na ji eloji yegboro ada fayagbon be ya liyaje to yaji eji yegboro no awa udada na ku labari na wekana de ku zalo moto dabaji ilori abuna mo wuyan ke benan san la Christmas de ke efoguni gba nina moto dabaji ilori abuna ha shebeya be zawangiji na jide elo adala san la be yejaji eji yegboro no dokun jeji adamoto na ji bala be labari kuce de la ni gbata tula eti jando ewo moto dan de ka mologwa ni to na ewo ne kun emi a chiji na be zizalo ju ko moto daba nya maraba lawo kede ewo na ji edan nya paza da gba ni na de yi ya daga ewo jika gube be gan filo ewo jika shi be guchu na ji tinya kin abona na ji atinya lo kin din na ta gan ela ta chin ewo jika shi tun adin jika guolo ewo jika shi tun atu jika gweji be kendo e baga lo pagan dojina na on fe bala be labari kuche na ndasako ya emopa moto pachije de kin Nigeria gwalaje kin kwara yi abo moto daba nya marabo Alhaji Abdurrahim baba ita lela nufutula kede akede zan kendo akpa ina tare be shiri etra na de a chidan gbani na uchofe bala na shaba rubutu kace ya mopa moto pace unci na je kuzan Abuja sule jagaga moto daba nya marabana fola shade akorode uncho latula ke ewo na aila ezagbani delo Abuja na ye ewo jika shitun atu jika shiba na ma aila mina daga maraba abu lo ewo jika shitun adi jika guwana nga ewana ela ezagbani na de ina tubo tugaga eya na gugan to de na ewomi de a chiji na haga kaya na ji kaya moto na ji aye shina uchiji popo yana dokun eza na ji babe labari kuchi na de la nyegbata to le ti ewo moto donchi na chiji popo yana a ci wa be gola kwata ya gwamnati na abebe shiriji na ke eloma ya moto dan bana mi le labari lo zo ni kan na kena daba dupe na gba ebe mi sun e gina dupe
to kubetun yaya ìròyìn náà ní èdè ti Yorùbá ẹ kú ìkàlẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak tìpínlẹ̀ Kwara ti ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àbá ìṣúná ọdún 2026 síwájú pẹpẹ ilé aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ yìí fún àgbéyẹ̀wò ohun ìbuwọ́lù wọnú òfin àbá náà ni wọ́n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìwé òfin ti ilẹ̀ olómìnira Nàìjíríà orí 121 ẹsẹ̀ kìíní Kafayat Ajadi jábọ̀ wípé ìdá 55 lé ọwọ́ 18 àgbáríjọpọ̀ ìṣúná náà ló wà fún àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ nígbà tó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìṣúná ọ̀hún gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak sọ wípé ìlànà owó náà jẹ́ láti gbájúmọ́ àṣeparí àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ àti láti wòye àwọn tuntun mìíràn tó wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìnílò ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ó ṣe àlàyé wípé àgbáríjọpọ̀ ìṣúná náà ní 644 bílíọ̀nù náírà lé bílíńjà gómìnà sọ wípé ìṣúná náà ló ń tọ́ka sí ọ̀nà àgbàṣiṣẹ́ ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ lọ́dún 2026 pẹ̀lú àfojúsùn sí àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe tí yóò lápari sòsé láyé àwọn ènìyàn. Gómìnà Abdulrazak jẹ́ kí ó di mímọ̀ wípé ìjọba òun yóò dókòwò sídìí àwọn ohun ìnílò pàjáwìrì bíi ohun èlò ààbò, ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ àti ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ òde òní láti lè ṣe àrídájú ìmójútó ìjínigbé àtàwọn ìwà ọ̀daràn mìíràn jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Gómìnà Abdulrazak ṣe àpèjúwe ìṣúná ọdún 2026 bíi ọ̀pákùtẹ̀lẹ̀ sídìí ìlànà ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ tó sì rọ àwọn ọmọ aṣòfin láti mú kí ìgbésẹ̀ ìbuwọ́lù wọnú òfin ọ̀hún yá ní kánkán. Àbá ìṣúná ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara fọ́dún 2026 ló ti la ìpele kíkà ní àkọ́kọ́ kọjá níwájú pẹpẹ ilé aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ yìí èyí ló wáyé lẹ́yìn tí gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àbá ìṣúná náà níwájú pẹpẹ ilé asòfin lónìí. Abẹnugan ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara Yakubu Danladi Saliu gbóríyìn fún gómìnà Abdulrahman Abdulrazak fún ìfarajì rẹ̀ sídìí ìṣèjọba tó lọ ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà òfin ìwà gbangba làṣàtà àti ìjábọ̀ rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àbádòfin ìṣúná ọdún 2026 síwájú pẹpẹ ilé asòfin kẹwàá. Nígbà tó ń ṣe ìkíni káàbọ̀ gómìnà sílé asòfin, abẹnugan náà ṣe àpèjúwe àgbékalẹ̀ ìṣúná náà bí ojúṣe tó ṣe kókó àti àfihàn àjọṣepọ̀ tó kẹnú láàrin ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba àti ilé asòfin. Ó juwọ́ káre sí gómìnà fún àfilọ́lẹ̀ ìṣúná tó rékọjá tí ilé asòfin buwọ́lù pẹ̀lú ìtọ́ka wípé ìṣèjọba yìí ti ṣe àfihàn ìṣẹ́ra-ẹni nídìí owó níná nípasẹ̀ ìsọwọ́ná lẹ́yìn tó mú kó mókun bá ìgboyà àwọn aráàlú nínú ìjọba. Abẹnugan ilé náà tọ́ka sí àwọn ipa iṣẹ́ àkànṣe tó ṣe fojú rí èyí tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ àtàwọn tó ti parí jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, ní pàtàkì jùlọ lẹ́ka ẹ̀kọ́, ìlera, ọ̀gbìn, iṣẹ́ ọwọ́, ìdàgbàsókè ohun amáyérọrùn àti àṣeparí àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe àpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rẹ̀. Ó tún gbóríyìn fún ìbuwọ́lù àlékún owó oṣù fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ èyí tí gómìnà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe, léyìí tó ṣe àpèjúwe rẹ̀ bí àfihàn akitiyan gómìnà sídìí àti mú ayé rọrùn fún àwọn aráàlú. Bákan náà ni kò tún ṣàìgbóṣùbà fún gómìnà lórí ìlàkàkà rẹ̀ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò, ní pàtàkì jùlọ ní ẹkùn àríwá àti ẹkùn gúúsù Kwara, léyìí tó ní akitiyan rẹ̀ ti mú àlàáfíà jọba àti àrídájú ààbò ẹ̀mí òun dúkìá. Àbá ìṣúná ọ̀hún tí gómìnà ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ ló ti la ìpele kíkà ní àkọ́kọ́ kọjá. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara Abdulrahman Abdulrazak ti ṣe ìbuwọ́lù ìdá 27.5% àkànṣe àjẹmọ́nú fún àwọn olùkọ́ jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, lẹ́yìn tó ń kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn níbi àgbékalẹ̀ àbá ìṣúná tó wáyé lówùúrọ̀ ọjọ́ tòní. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan gbàtọwọ́ akọ̀wé ìròyìn gómìnà yẹn Rafiu Àjàkáyé, gómìnà pa á láṣẹ kí àwọn olùkọ́ jẹ mùkúndùn àjẹmọ́nú náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ látinú oṣù kínní ọdún 2026. Àjẹmọ́nú ìdá 27.5% ọ̀hún ló wà fún àwọn olùkọ́ tó ní ìwé ẹ̀rí ìforúkọsílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùkọ́ èyí tí a mọ̀ sí TRCN ní gbogbo àjọ TESCOM àti SUPEB, tí ìdá 21% sì wà fún àwọn tí kò ní TRCN. Gómìnà mọ rírì ipa ribiribi àti ìfarajìn àwọn olùkọ́ sí ẹ̀ka ẹ̀kọ́ tó sì gbóríyìn fún akitiyan wọn nídìí kíkọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè. Ǹjẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti kéde ọjọ́ Àlàmísì tí ṣe ọjọ́ 25 àti ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ 26 oṣù kejìlá bíi ọjọ́ ìsinmi lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ fún ìsàmì ọdún Kérésìmesì àti ọjọ́ ìfúnnilẹ́bùn èyí tí a mọ̀ sí Boxing Day. Ìjọba tún ṣe ìkéde ọjọ́ Àlàmísì ọjọ́ 1 oṣù kínní ọdún 2026 gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọjọ́ ìsinmi fún ayẹyẹ ọdún tuntun. Ìkéde ọ̀hún ló wà nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan lónìí ọjọ́ Ajé látọwọ́ akọ̀wé àgbà iléeṣẹ́ tó rí sọ́rọ̀ abẹ́lé dókítà Magdalene Ajani lórúkọ mínísítà fọ́rọ̀ abẹ́lé ìyẹn Olúbùnmi Túnjí Òjó. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtẹ̀jáde náà ti wí, mínísítà ọ̀hún rọ àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà láti ronú jinlẹ̀ lórí àmúyẹ ìfẹ́, àlàáfíà, ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ àti ìfarajì èyí tó rọ̀ mọ́ ìbí Jésù Kristi. Túnjí Òjó tún ké sí àwọn aráàlú láì fi tẹ̀sìn tàbí ẹ̀yà ṣe láti ṣe àmúlò àkókò yìí fi gbàdúrà fún ìfẹ́, àlékún ètò ààbò àti ìlọsíwájú àpapọ̀. Bákan náà ni ó tún gba àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà lámọ̀ràn láti tẹ̀lé ìlànà òfin kí wọ́n sì wà lójú lalákàn fi ń sọ́rí lásìkò ayẹyẹ yìí. Ní ìpínlẹ̀ ti Niger, olùbádámọ̀ràn àpapọ̀ lórí ààbò Malam Nuhu Ribadu ló ti ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ 140 àwọn ọmọ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó kù lákàtà àwọn ajínigbé àtàwọn olùkọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ St Mary Catholic School fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Niger yẹn Mohammed Umar Bago. A rántí wípé lọ́jọ́ 8 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2025 ní ọ́fíìsì NSA ọ̀hún jọ̀wọ́ 100 kan àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà lé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Niger lọ́wọ́. Gómìnà Bago wá kan sára sí akitiyan àti ìdásí ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu fún ìṣàrídájú ìdóòlà àwọn ọmọ àtàwọn olùkọ́ náà. Ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọnìyàn kan Madi Shehu ti nàka àlébù sí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà fún gbígba ìyọ̀ǹda látọwọ́ àwọn alágbára ilẹ̀ òkèrè ní pàtàkì jùlọ ilẹ̀ United States lórí bó ṣe kọdí ìdájọ́ ikú fún àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí àti àwọn ajínigbé. Nígbà tó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn ní gbólóhùn lónìí, Shehu sọ wípé ìhà tí ìjọba kọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún tọ́ka sí àpẹẹrẹ ewu ńlá nírú àkókò tí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ń dojúkọ àìrájàjà ètò ààbò ìṣekúpani ohun ìjínigbé. Shehu gbà wípé kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó múnádóko kankan fún dídóòlà ẹ̀mí àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí àtàwọn alájàngbìlà tó jẹ́ wípé iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn kò ju kí wọ́n máa dárúgúdù sílẹ̀, fa inú fo àyàfo, kí wọ́n sì tún máa pa àwọn aláìmọwọ́mẹsẹ̀ ọmọ ìlú nípakúpa lọ. Ó jáwé ìkìlọ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ aṣòfin ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tako kíkí èyíkéyìí ìgbésẹ̀ àti gbẹ́gidínà ìdájọ́ ikú lẹ́yìn fún ìgbésùmọ̀mí. Ó ṣe àtẹnumọ́ rẹ̀ wípé irú ìpinnu bẹ́ẹ̀ lè ṣe àkóbá fún àwọn fúnra wọn alára. Ọ̀gá àgbà àjọ ọlọ́pàá ilẹ̀ wa Káyọ̀dé Ẹgbẹ́tókun ti dárí ìgbékiri àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ rẹ̀ sí àwọn àyè tí ó yẹ lọ́lọ́kùn òjọ̀kan láti lè ṣe àrídájú ètò ààbò tí ó gbópọn lásìkò ọdún Kérésìmesì àti ọdún tuntun. Ìdarí náà ló jẹ́ ara ojúṣe àjọ ọlọ́pàá fún pọ̀pọ̀ sísìn ọdún, lẹ́yìn tó pàṣẹ fún gbogbo igbákejì ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá àtàwọn kọmíṣánná ọlọ́pàá láti mókun bá ìtọpinpin ní gbogbo àsìkò. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan lọ́jọ́ tòní látọwọ́ agbẹnusọ àjọ náà CSP Benjamin Udeyi tọ́ka sí àwọn ẹ̀ka tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà kàn, èyí tí ó fi mọ́ ẹ̀ka tí ó ń gbógun ti ìgbésùmọ̀mí, ẹ̀ka ọlọ́pàá àgbékiri, ẹ̀ka ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ àtàwọn ẹ̀ka mìíràn. Udeyi sọ wípé ìgbékiri náà yóò dé àwọn ààyè ìjọsìn, ààyè ìgbafẹ́, àwọn ọjà, ibùdókọ̀ àti àwọn ibùdó mìíràn. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ alábòójú pópó ìjọba àpapọ̀ tí a mọ̀ sí FRSC ti mókun bá àfìdímúlẹ̀ wíwàgbò dẹ́kun fún àwọn awakọ̀ tó léwu àti ìkásẹ̀ ìlànà tó ń dúnkokò mọ́ ẹ̀mí àwọn ènìyàn ńlẹ̀ lópòpónà márosẹ̀ tó ṣe kókó gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ṣe gùn lé ìrìn àjò òpin ọdún. Ọ̀gá àgbà àjọ FRSC Shehu Mohammed ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lọ́jọ́ tòní lásìkò ìlànà ìtọpinpin kan sí lílọ bíbọ̀ ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Kaduna gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara àìfàyègba ìwàkiwà lójú pópó tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Mohammed sọ wípé àjọ náà ti ṣe ìgbékiri ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ rẹ̀ àtàwọn ohun nílò mìíràn sí àwọn àyè tó ṣe kókó lẹ́yìn tó so pọ̀ mọ́ Kaduna, Abuja àti Lọ́kọ́jà ní ìdáhùn sí ìrírí súnfẹrẹ kàfẹrẹ ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ tí wọ́n ní lójú ọ̀nà náà láìpẹ́, ní pàtàkì jùlọ lójú ọ̀nà Abuja sí Lọ́kọ́jà. Mohammed tún gbarata lórí àkójú èrò ní pàtàkì jùlọ lẹ́yìn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú kíkó ènìyàn àti ẹrù papọ̀ sínú ọkọ̀ kan náà. Ǹjẹ́ ní ìparí padà wá sí ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara níbi tí wọ́n ṣe rí pé kò ṣe bọ́dún Kérésìmesì ṣe súnmọ́ etílé ní àwọn ibùdókọ̀ nílùú Ìlọrin ṣe ti fojú winá lílọ bíbọ̀ àwọn arìnrìn-àjò tó ń gbèrò láti ṣe ìrìn àjò lọ sí ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan àyè fún ọdún Kérésìmesì. Hawa Dauda nínú àkójọpọ̀ èyí ló lọ yíká ìlú Ìlọrin láti wo bí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún ṣe rí. Bí kò ṣe ju ọjọ́ 4 lọ sí ọdún Kérésìmesì láwọn ibùdókọ̀ nílùú Ìlọrin ṣe ti ń kún fọ́fọ́ fún àwọn tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe ọdún níbòmíràn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹbí àti àwọn olólùfẹ́ wọn. Àwọn arìnrìn-àjò náà ló ti wá kọminú lórí ìgbówó gègé lórí iye owó ọkọ̀ tó ti ìjáwálẹ̀ owó epo. Àbẹ̀wò kan sí ibùdókọ̀ Mọ́rábá ṣe àfihàn owó ọkọ̀ tó wà láàrin $2.5 náírà sí $5 náírà láàrin ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, nígbà tí ìrìn àjò kúrò nínú ìpínlẹ̀ wa ó wà láàrin $18 náírà sí $23 náírà. Nígbà tó ní gbólóhùn pẹ̀lú ìkọ̀ròyìn iléeṣẹ́ yìí, alága ẹgbẹ́ awakọ̀ róòdù LURTW ẹ̀ka ti gáràjì Mọ́rábà Alhaji Abdulrahim Babaita fi ìtara hàn lórí bí àwọn ènìyàn kò ṣe fi bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ìrìn àjò léyìí tó ní kò sẹ́yìn àìrajaja ètò ààbò. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tirẹ̀ igbákejì akọ̀wé RTEAN Abuja Zuleja branch níbùdókọ̀ Mọ́rábà nílùú Ìlọrin Fọláṣadé Akórèdé jẹ́ kí ó di mímọ̀ wípé iye owó ìrìnnà ni kò kúrò lójú kan láti bí ọdún kan tó ń ti bí àdínkù ṣe bá iye owó epo léyìí tó tọ́ka wípé iye owó ẹ̀yà ara ọkọ̀ náà kò yí padà rárá. Ó sọ wípé iye owó ìrìnnà láti ìlú Ìlọrin lọ sí ìlú Àbújá báyìí ló jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún méjìdínlọ́gbọ̀n náírà léyìí tí ó jẹ́ iye tó wà lọ́dún tó kọjá nígbà tí Ìlọrin sí Minna sì jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún méjìdínlógún náírà. Àwọn arìnrìn-àjò tó bá ìkọ̀ròyìn wa ní gbólóhùn gbarata lórí iye owó ọkọ̀ tí kò kúrò lójú kan tí wọ́n sì rọ ìjọba nípele gbogbo kó wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan gbòógì sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Pẹ̀lú àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn lórí ìrìnnà fún pọ̀pọ̀ṣìnṣìn ọdún náà ni a fi mú ìròyìn wá sí òpin fún ti àṣálẹ́ tòní. Kami Sodiq.
Many thanks, Mondupiola, and that is the news for tonight. We thank you for being part of it. From Kolo.
Ya fi da ni sai sun ya kefi la labar wuruji biya na isila squad begun.
Ọ̀la ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun ni ọjọ́ mìíràn èyí tí a tún máa mú àkọ́tún ìròyìn wá fún wa títí di Ọlọ́run kọ́. Modúpẹ́ọlá Abíóyè ló ní orin rẹ̀ láòsùn àlàáfíà láòjì ó dàárọ̀.
And I am Kamal Sadiq. Please have a beautiful day ahead of you. Good night.